Thanks so much. Okay. Okay, I think I'm ready. Whew, this is very different than shows. Okay, like most musicians, I wear a lot of hats. I'm a performer and an educator and a booking agent and a publicist and a studio musician and a producer, but I am first and foremost a songwriter. I believe that a song is a tiny vehicle that allows us to relate to one another and to the world around us. And in my opinion, the best kinds of songs are the ones that when you hear them, something inside of you says, yes, me too. The song holds up a mirror and reflects something in you that you didn't know how to explain, or maybe that you didn't even know it was there, but the song is able to pinpoint that same exact feeling that you have. And that resonance that happens, that you feel, that's the reason that I fell in love with songs when I was a kid. Whether they were in church or on the radio or at school, songs helped me to understand that I was less alone. They helped me to feel less small, and they made me feel heard in a really big and really chaotic world around me. My favorite way to experience songs was to sing them loudly. And the more I sang and the more music became ingrained in my life, the more I realized that I wanted to be one of the people who was writing the songs that I was singing. So fast forward to middle school. This is when I became a serious songwriter. And this is my first guitar in 6th or 7th grade. And thanks to the deluge of drama and chaos and hormones that comes with being a teenager, there was never a dull moment. Those are actually my journals from middle school. I was writing constantly in order to survive. I was writing in order to express myself. And along the way, without realizing it, I had made myself into a songwriter. And it came out of a real need to process my surroundings and relate to other people, and a real deep-seated need that I had to find and share my truth. And songwriting gave me the courage and the voice with which to do that. So fast forward again to the present day, I am now a full-time songwriter, and it's a career that I feel chose me, but also that I feel like I continue to choose, because the work feels just as important and empowering as it did when I was a teenager. But one of the things that's a little different than when I was a teenager is that inspirational component, because it turns out that angst is not actually a sustainable business model. And so then when you're writing not just to survive anymore, that starts to look and feel a lot like work. And in doing that work, for 10 years, I was writing songs, and there was this myth that I couldn't shake, that a real song had to come from either divine inspiration or like heavy drug use, and or lightning in a bottle. So enter Real Women, Real Songs. This is a project that I did in the calendar year of 2014. With 21 other women from all over the country. Each week, we all received a prompt, and then we had to write a song based on that prompt, and then we had to post it on YouTube for everyone to see it. I don't know if you all knew this, but there are 52 weeks in a year. So these are the 52 songs that I wrote last year. And for some context, I had written about 100 songs over the course of my entire career up to that point, in a 10-year period. So the collaboration, the accountability of this project were amazing, and I think they're the reason that it was successful for me, because I was on a team with other people who were going through this experience. And the final products, the songs themselves, for me, they ran the gamut, from duds to songs that I was really happy and proud of. And now we're in a new calendar year, and I'm moving forward, and already I can see the effect that the practices that were instilled in me because of this project, that they're going to have moving forward. The first being, you have to show up and do the work, no matter if you're inspired or not, and usually you aren't. No matter if you feel like you even have something to say. You have to put the hours in if you want to hone the craft and exercise that muscle. As a fellow Real Woman writer put it, the well is never dry. We had to write when we weren't inspired. No matter what, we had to come up with a song that week. And a shift in perspective can reveal that there's actually inspiration around you if you're in tune to it. We also learned that that song that you sit down to write with purpose and intention, that song is just as legitimate and can be just as moving as the one that hits you in a magical lightning bolt moment. So what this means for me moving forward in this next year is that I have to keep showing up, and I have to keep doing the work. I need to carve out time every week to hone my craft and to work that muscle, whether I'm inspired to do so or not, because ultimately my goal is that one day a teenager who's having a really bad week will hear one of my songs, And something inside of her will say, yes, me too. And she will feel maybe just a little bit less alone. Thanks.